Hey everybody, this is Esco with Lenovo Data Center here at the Gartner Symposium in Orlando, Florida, standing in front of our Lenovo booth, booth 431. Come, say hi, we're here, we want to talk to you. I actually have Nima Baiati here. He actually had a speaking session earlier today and he was representing our security products. But Nima, what is your title at Lenovo? What do you do for us?
Sure, so I am in charge of our ThinkShield portfolio from a portfolio management standpoint. We've got a newly formed line of business within the commercial segment, Lenovo Security Solutions. And so that's what I'm responsible for.
And so today you had your speaking session. I assume you were talking about security. What was kind of the overlying message that you were trying to get across to our CIOs that were here present?
Sure, yeah, so the environment, the threat landscape continues to evolve at a pace that is outpacing how quickly customers and organizations can keep up with it. And so as our organizations and as our customers are looking at their critical areas of exposure from a security standpoint, whether it's around their networks, their cloud workloads, their endpoints, which is our bread and butter.
Right.
It's identifying technologies that are emerging or existing in the marketplace that our customers can leverage from a protection standpoint. And a lot of those technologies are tied to the leveraging of AI, but true AI, not just a statistical regressive model, but taking AI and building context around it, building analytics into it.
Well, Nima, as you're talking through your AI and security, all that stuff sounds expensive. I mean, how do I understand where to invest my security dollars?
Yeah, absolutely. So it comes down to each individual organization. No two organizations are going to be alike. Now, there are segments of the market within verticals that are experiencing the same types of problems. So for example, in oil and gas, or in the financial sector, in insurance, consumer packaged goods. But then it really comes down to what is the nature and structure of your business? Where do you operate? How do you operate?
Right.
And what are your key critical areas that you're trying to address from a security standpoint? You have to keep in mind from a CISO standpoint and a CIO standpoint, they've got insurmountable problems almost to deal with. So they're never going to have enough budget dollars and enough manpower to address these problems. It's about understanding what are the core challenges that I'm facing in the next 12 to 24 months and prioritizing accordingly.
Well, so next 12 to 24 months, that's an interesting scenario because 50% of the workforce that's going to be hired next year are going to be millennials. And they have a different lifestyle. They interact with endpoints a lot different than some of us veterans that have been out there. How do I address that? How do I start bringing that type of security into play and making sure that I'm still recruiting that type of talent?
Yeah, absolutely. So as is evidence, even when we look at the strategy that YY has laid forth for the company as part of our 3S strategy, it's about these smart workplaces, smart work. And so when we look at the things that are important to millennials or Generation Z, which is going to make up a third of the workforce next year, this first fully true digitally native workforce, where and how people work has completely changed over the last couple of years.
Oh, absolutely.
Work's not just happening within the confines of an office where we plug in, plug out, and we're done for the day. People are working on conference floors, they're working in airplanes, they're working in coffee shops, they're working remotely, more and more remote workers. And so this changes the way that we have to look at security, and it changes the way that our customers and organizations are needing to look at security.
Gotcha. Come stop by the booth, Nima will be hanging out, and if he's one of the executives that you want to talk to, you get a free gift. We get a Yeti cup to go with you, and then we actually have a pair of sunglasses that come with that as well, so stop by and talk to Nima. We're talking about security, but actually here on the floor, you can see security from the endpoint all the way through the data center. So this is Esco at the Gartner Symposium. Come by, stop and say hi.